Story. In the southern part of Nigeria, in a region known as the Niger Delta, a young girl named Coco was born. The delta was a place where the air tasted of salt from the sea and the buzzing of insects meshed with the rustling of palm leaves. Crisscrossed by waterways, with villages perching on the riverbanks, it was a place teetering between lush beauty and oil-induced ruin. Coco's parents were modest fisher folks, living on the gifts of the river and the sea. They dreamed of Coco leading a life different from theirs, attending school and gaining knowledge to break the cycles of poverty. However, Coco's life began to reflect her environment's darkness when her father became ill. His illness, induced by years of drinking contaminated water, left Coco with a choice that would shape her future: continue schooling or help her mother with the bread-winning fishing. With a strength beyond her age, she chose the latter without resentment. Under the glow of the African sun and the moon's soft light, Coco and her mother cruised the river in their rickety canoe, casting nets and pulling in catches. Sweating and straining, they worked side by side. Coco learned more than fishing; she learned resilience and determination. One day, while pulling in a massive catch, Coco noticed a strange black substance on the fish. It was oil, seeping from the pipelines of the multinational oil companies operating nearby. Shockingly, as the years passed, this became a common and tragic spectacle. Oil streaks in the water, dead fishes covered in toxic tar, farmlands poisoned, the delta's lifelines were dying. Coco watched as her community struggled for survival, their pleas for help ignored by the government and the oil companies. A flame kindled in her heart, a flame of righteous anger and desire for change. Deciding no longer be a victim, Coco began to speak against the damage. She organized peaceful protests, uniting the villages around the common suffering. Dubbed the Lioness of the Niger Delta, Coco's roar echoed across the land. Her voice was a relentless drumbeating for justice and accountability. Faced with threats and intimidation, Coco never wavered. She resisted the pressures to conform or be silent, even when it was dangerous. Her resilience, honesty, and unyielding spirit eventually attracted international attention. Pressured by outrage and bad press, the oil companies were forced to begin addressing their environmental footprint. Coco didn't just fight for her people, she became a voice for the global environmental justice movement. She dared to challenge power and showed the world that strength comes from standing for what's right, no matter the odds. In the story of Coco, we see the embodiment of African values: duty to community, courage in the face of oppression, and the relentless pursuit of justice. Her story teaches us that our world's health and our health are intertwined. We are urged to protect our environment, fight against injustice, and use our voices boldly for change. Subscribe for more true African success stories. Support the channel to keep this knowledge alive.